Your test covers sections P4, P5, 1.1, and 1.2. So what your quiz was on plus the 1.1 and 1.2 lessons. The formulas that you need to know for your test are given to you up top. They will not be given to you on your test tomorrow, so you need to know them by heart. So memorize them. You got your slope formula, which is just the difference of your y values over the difference of your x values. To find your x-intercept, you give the ordered pair something comma 0, so you're going to plug in 0 for y, solve for x. To give your y-intercept, you're going to plug in something for x, find y, give the ordered pair 0 comma something. You need to know how to find your midpoint, so the sum of your x values divided by 2, comma the sum of your y values divided by 2. You also need to know how to find the distance, so that's the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Whenever you're asked for the distance, make sure that's given in simplest radical form as well. You also need to know your equation in point slope form, which is just the y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1, as well as your slope intercept form equation. So y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is the y value from your y-intercept. Your first section of your review tells you to determine if the given ordered pairs are solutions of the function 3y is equal to 2x plus 5. So for number 1, we're given negative 5, 0. We're going to plug in the negative 5 for x, the 0 for y. That's going to give us 3 times 0 is equal to 2 times negative 5. So from here, you're going to have 0 is equal to negative 10 plus 5. This then simplifies to give you 0 is equal to negative 5. This is not a true statement, so you would just give no as your answer. For number 2, you're given the ordered pair 5, 5. So we're going to plug in the 5 for x and the 5 for y. So it's going to be 3 times 5 is equal to 2 times 5 plus 5. The 3 times 5 is 15. The 2 times 5 is 10. On the right side, that 10 plus 5 gives you 15. So 15 is equal to 15. This is a true statement, so you give yes as your answer. For number 3, you're given the ordered pair 9, negative 7. So your 9 goes in for x, your negative 7 goes in for y. That's going to be 3 times negative 7 is equal to 2 times 9 plus 5. 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. 2 times 9 is 18 plus 5. That 18 plus 5 is 23. And negative 21 is not equal to is not equal to 23, so that one would be a no. And for number 4, you have negative 4, 1, so that negative 4 goes in for x, the 1 goes in for y. So you're going to have 3 times 1 is equal to 2 times negative 4 plus 5. The 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 5 is negative 3. 3 is not equal to negative 3, so that one is a no. For number 5, it tells you to find the equation of the circle with a center of 4, negative 6 and an endpoint of negative 3, 2. Your center is the ordered pair h, comma k. So that means that your h is 4 and your k is negative 6. You need to find your radius still, because you're plugging this into the equation of a circle, which is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. So, to find your radius, use your 2 ordered pairs. You're going to have the square root of negative 3 minus 4 squared plus 2 minus negative 6 squared. Your negative 3 minus 4 gives you negative 7. That 2 minus negative 6 becomes 2 plus 6, which is 8. That negative 7 squared is 49. The 8 squared is 64. When you add underneath the radical, Your 9 and 4 give you 13. You carry the 1, so that's 5 and 6, which is 11. So you have the square root of 113. From here, you don't need to simplify that because it's not asking you for your radius in simplest radical form. You're just plugging that into your equation of a circle. So your radius is the square root of 113. That means we're going to have x minus 4 squared plus y minus negative 6 squared is equal to the square root of 113 squared. Double negatives turn to positives. Simplify that square root squared, and you're going to have x minus 4 squared plus y plus 6 squared is equal to 113. Moving on to your next part, it tells you to state the x and y intercepts of the given functions. For number 6, we have y is equal to negative 1/2 x plus 8. We're going to first find your x-intercept by plugging in 0 for y. So that's going to give us 0 is equal to negative 1/2 x plus 8. Move your 8 over by subtracting it from both sides. You're left with negative 1/2 x is equal to negative 8. To get rid of that fraction, you're going to divide each side by the negative 1/2 or multiply it by the reciprocal. So that would be negative 2. So that's going to give you an x that equals 16, which means your x-intercept is the ordered pair 16, 0. To find your y-intercept, we're going to plug in 0 for x. So that means we're going to have y is equal to negative 1/2 times 0 plus 8. That negative 1/2 times 0 cancels out, so you just have that y is equal to 8. So your y-intercept is the ordered pair 0, 8. For number 7, you're given 3y minus 4x is equal to 17. Again, we're going to find your x and your y-intercept. So to first find your x-intercept, plug in 0 for y. You're going to have 3 times 0 minus 4x is equal to 17. Your 3 times 0 cancels out, so you're just left with negative 4x is equal to 17. Divide each side by the negative 4. And you have that x is equal to negative 17 over 4. That is not your x-intercept. Your x-intercept is the ordered pair, negative 17 over 4, 0. Tomorrow, if you give your x or your y-intercept as just the x is equal to or y is equal to, it's going to be marked wrong. You're not even going to get partial credit for it. It needs to be given as an ordered pair. It reminds you in your directions on your test as well to give the ordered pair. For your y-intercept, you're going to plug in 0 for x. So that's going to give you 3y minus 4 times 0 is equal to 17. Your 4 times 0 cancels out, so you have 3y is equal to 17. Divide each side by the 3, and you have that y is equal to 17 over 3. So your y-intercept is the ordered pair 0, 17 over 3. For number 8, you have x is equal to 5y plus 9. So to find the x-intercept, plug in 0 for y. That's going to give us x is equal to 5 times 0 plus 9. Your 5 times 0 cancels out, so you just have that x is equal to 9. So that ordered pair for your x-intercept is 9, 0. For your y-intercept, we're going to plug in 0 for x. So that means we're going to have 0 is equal to 5y plus 9. We subtract the 9 over. You're left with 5y is equal to negative 9. And you divide each side by the 5 to get y by itself. So you have that y is equal to negative 9 over 5, which gives you the y-intercept of 0, comma, -9/5. For your next part, you are going to be finding the slope of the line that passes through the given ordered pairs. For number 9, you are given -3, 7, and 9, 2. Remember, with these, you are finding it using that y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that means you're going to have m, or if we label these x1, y1, and x2, y2, you're going to have m is equal to 2 minus 7 over 9 minus -3. The 2 minus 7 gives you -5, and the 9 minus -3 becomes 9 plus 3, which is 12. So your slope of that line is just the fraction -5 over 12. For number 10, we're given 4, -8, and 3, -6. Your x1, y1 will use as the 4, -8, and your x2, y2 will use as the 3, -6. So that's going to give us m is equal to -6 minus -8 over 3 minus 4. That -6 minus -8 becomes -6 plus 8, which is just 8 minus 6. That leaves us with 2. 3 minus 4 is -1. 2 over -1 gives us a slope of -2. For number 11, we're given 6, 13, and 2, -7. The 6, 13 we're going to use as x1, y1. The 2, -7 we'll use as x2 and y2. So that gives us m is equal to -7 minus 13 over 2 minus 6. Your -7 minus 13 is -20, and the 2 minus 6 is -4. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, and 4 goes into 25 times, so your slope is just +5. Your next section tells you, given the slope and the ordered pair, form the equation of a line in point-slope form. Remember, point-slope form is that y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So for number 12, we have the ordered pair 4, 7, and the slope of -3, 5. We know that m is -3, 5 over 5, and then your ordered pair gives you x1, which is 4, and y1, which is 7. So that means that we're going to have y minus 7 is equal to -3 over 5 times x minus 4. There are no double negatives anywhere, so that will be our answer. Then for 13, we're given the ordered pair -9, 5, and the slope of 6. So the -9 is going to be x1, the 5 will be y1, m is 6. So that means we're going to have y minus 5 is equal to 6 times x minus -9. You need to simplify the double negatives with the x minus -9 to become x plus 9. So y minus 5 is equal to 6 times x plus 9 is your answer. For your next questions, it tells you, given the 2 points, find the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So for number 14, it gives you 3, 0, and 6, -4. First thing you're going to do is to find the slope between these 2 points. So we're going to have x1, y1. We're also going to have x2, y2. So that's going to give us m is equal to -4 minus 0 over 6 minus 3. That -4 minus 0 is -4. 6 minus 3 is 3, so our slope is -4 thirds. From here, we're going to take that and choose one of those ordered pairs to plug into our equation in point slope form. So I'm going to use the x1, y1, that 3, 0. That's going to give us y minus 0 is equal to -4 over 3 times x minus 3. The reason why I chose that point is because both of those values are positive, so I'm not changing signs with anything. You could have used the other, and you would have gotten the same exact answer that we're going to get as our final answer. The y minus 0 is just y. That -4 thirds has to be distributed into your set of parentheses, so that gives you -4 over 3x plus 4. For number 15, you're given the ordered pairs -5, -6, and -8, 9. I'm going to label the -5, -6 as x1, y1, and the negative 8, 9 will be our x2 and our y2. So first step is to find your slope. So we're going to do 9 minus negative 6 over negative 8 minus negative 5. Double negatives turn to positives, and that's going to give you 15 over negative 3. Your 15 over negative 3 does simplify to give you negative 5, so your slope is negative 5. Plug this in. Well, I'm going to use the x1, y1, so that means that I'm going to have y minus negative 6 is equal to negative 5 times x minus negative 5. Double negatives turn to positives to give us y plus 6 is equal to negative 5 times x plus 5. We distribute the negative 5 into the x plus 5 to give us y plus 6 is equal to negative 5x minus 25. And then from here, we just move the 6 over by subtracting it from both sides to give us y is equal to negative 5x minus 31 in slope-intercept form. For our next question, it tells us to find the slope-intercept form equation of the line that passes through the point negative 5, 2 and is parallel to the line at negative 4x plus 2y is equal to 7. So we said that this is going to be parallel, so the slope is going to stay the same. So the first thing we need to do is find the slope from the negative 4x plus 2y is equal to 7. For this one, we're going to add the 4x over to try to get it into slope-intercept form. So that's going to be 2y is equal to 4x plus 7. Then we divide everything by 2. So that's y is equal to 2x plus 7 over 2. The slope of this line is 2. The slope of the parallel line is going to stay the same. So the parallel slope is also 2, with the x1 being negative 5 and the y1 being 2. So we're just going to plug that into point slope form. So we're going to have y minus 2 is equal to 2 times x minus negative 5. Double negatives turn to positives. So y minus 2 is equal to 2 times x plus 5. We distribute the 2 in to get y minus 2 is equal to 2x plus 10. Next, add the 2 over. That's on the same side as the y. So get y is equal to 2x plus 12. For number 17, you're finding the slope-intercept form equation of the line that passes through the point 8, negative 2 and is parallel to the line 1/2 x is equal to 3y minus 5. So once again, we're working with a parallel line, so our slope stays the same. We got to put the 1/2 x is equal to 3y minus 5 in slope-intercept form. I don't want to work with the fraction, so I'm going to multiply everything by 2. So that's going to give me x is equal to 6y minus 10. To me, it's just easier not to work with the fraction, so I just eliminate it. From here, we're going to add the 10 over. That's going to give us 6y is equal to x plus 10. Then we're going to divide each side by the 6 to get y is equal to 1/6 x plus 5 over 3. The slope from this line is 1/6, so we'll keep the slope of the parallel line as 1/6. Our x1 is 8, and the y1 is negative 2. So plugging those three things into your point slope form, you're going to have y minus negative 2 is equal to 1/6 times x minus 8. Simplify the double negatives with the y minus 2 to be y plus 2. Distribute the 1/6 into your parentheses to get 1/6 x minus 8 over 6, which is 4 over 3. From here, we're moving the 2 over by subtracting it from both sides. You have to have a denominator of 3 in order to subtract those fractions. So 2 turns into something over 3. If we multiply the 3 by 2, that gives us 6 over 3. So we have y is equal to 1/6 x minus 10/3. For your next problem, it tells you to find the slope-intercept form equation of the line that passes through the point 4, -1, and is perpendicular to the line 3x is equal to 6y minus 13. So perpendicular slopes, remember, are opposite and reciprocals. So to find the slope of the line 3x is equal to 6y minus 13, we're going to solve that equation for y. So we're going to move the 13 over by adding it to both sides first. That leaves us with 6y is equal to 3x plus 13. And then we divide everything by 6 to get y by itself. So we are going to have y is equal to 1/2 x plus 13 over 6. Your slope of this line is 1/2. So the perpendicular slope is a -2. Your x1 is 4, and your y1 is -1. So it's going to give you y minus -1 is equal to -2 times x minus 4. Double negatives with the y minus -1 turn into y plus 1. The -2 gets distributed in, so that's y plus 1 is equal to -2x plus 8. Move your 1 over by subtracting it from both sides, and you're left with y is equal to -2x plus 7. For number 19, it tells you to find the slope-intercept form equation of the line that passes through the point 6, -3, and is perpendicular to the line 7 is equal to 3y minus 6. To solve this equation for y, we're going to move your 6 over by adding it to both sides. We have 3y is equal to 13. We divide each side by the 3, and we get that y is equal to 13 over 3. The slope of this line, since its y is equal to just a number, is 0. So the perpendicular slope would be undefined. If the perpendicular line is undefined, then that means that it has to be x is equal to a number. If x is equal to a number and our x value is just the 6, we're going to have x is equal to 6 as our equation. You will not be getting a question like this on your test tomorrow. For your last question, you're told to find the distance between P, which is 2, -8, and Q, which is 7, -3. It tells you to state your answer in simplest radical form. So your P is going to be x1 and y1. Your Q is going to be x2 and y2. To find your distance, you're going to use the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So plug these values in. We're going to have the square root of 7 minus 2 squared plus -3 minus -8 squared. So from here, that 7 minus 2 gives us 5 squared. The -3 minus -8 becomes -3 plus 8, which is 8 minus 3. That's also 5 squared. Your 5 squared is 25. So you have the square root of 25 plus 25, which is the square root of 50. This is not in simplest radical form because 50 is 5 and 10. The 10 is 5 and 2. Your two 5s pair up. So that means that you're going to have 5 square root 2 for your distance.